But anybody who actually...
Hello, everyone. I didn't even know that the camera has started. I was actually listening to Kwankwaso. I think I'll just continue this video from here, and I'll put the video that I was watching. It's an interview that Kwankwaso did, and he's talking about, this logo, this whole logo business, this whole party business, where the court is saying that is putting aside his judgment, of December 2025, and they want to sort of like deregister NDC. I don't know where all of that is coming from and the mentality, but this is something that they don't take time. This really is something that has capacity to really sink Nigeria the way so some are already saying, because this is something that does not make sense in any way whatsoever, logically, legally, any what way that you look at it, it just doesn't make sense. At least if you want to do something, look for the way that you're doing it that it makes sense. But anyway, there's always that thing about a straw that breaks the camel's back. Probably this might end up being the straw that breaks the camel back and get Nigerians to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'll leave you in a moment for you to listen to Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and the remarks that he made on this whole issue surrounding NDC. But in the meantime, is to say that the names have been uploaded. Mr. Peter Obi's name, has been uploaded onto INEC. At the time that whole court ruling came out, one of the fears that we had was the fact that it was about the time that they were going to collect what do you call this thing now? Codes for them to be able to put in the names of candidates. And if you don't have that code, you're unable to put in the names of candidates, and it has a period that it can lapse, then you end up not having you might end up not having candidates because it's time bound. But now that has been done, and of course they're going on to be doing other. I saw someone who asked me on my on a question in one of the comments, what about other candidates? Other candidates will be uploaded. It will take time, but of course the one that they want to do first of all quickly will be that of the presidential candidate, which they have done successfully, and other ones, they are uploading the other candidates up there, and that is really very important. That is really very critical, that for us to have that in place. And the moment your name is up in place, what it then means that the party cannot remove you. That's one thing. And let's just keep on at this thing that we're doing. And please, let's all remember that, look, hey, we need to get to that place where we all are ensuring that this 2027 election, it is who the people want that gets in. Nobody is going to force his or herself on us, the people of Nigeria. But in the meantime, take a listen to Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.
But anybody who actually looks at the logo that was being submitted to INEC, which is the fingers victory like this, and of course the broom of the APC are completely different. And therefore, as the law and the constitution provided, the ladies and gentlemen went to the court, High Court in Lokoja, end of last year, and the verdict from the court, as expected, was that the INEC should register the party because there was no similarity to the extent that the INEC would reject the application. End of December to date is 6 months. INEC did not appeal. In the contrary, they decided to register the party, meaning they did the right thing. And INEC has been attending all the programs at all levels, ranging from the congresses to the national convention And even the special convention that we held recently were all witnessed by INEC. To our disappointment, we only heard that a group that applied for registration also with INEC, which was rejected, went to the same court, to the same judge, and requested that our party should be deregistered. And it was a very huge shocker to us as members and even other well-meaning political parties, our brothers and sisters within and outside the country. It was a very big shock that the same judge in the same court decided to reverse himself because of some people who are not representing any registered party and who are not representing any registered or known organization in this country. Just from the blues, the same judge decided to reverse himself. As law-abiding people in this country, what we decided, of course, is to go to court as soon as possible, I believe this coming Monday, to make sure that the stakeholders are being asked to stay any action and, of course, appeal so that the registration would be restored. So this is the opportunity to appeal to our supporters across the country and beyond, especially the young men and women who are in the NDC, our supporters in Kwankwaso and Obedience across the country, to wait, because we believe that reason will prevail.
Well, thank you so much for sharing a very detailed information about the current status of the political party. And as Engineer Kwankwaso has said to Nigerians, I believe this is time for those who have believed very well in the NDC, just as other political parties have their supporters. The NDC needs you right now to come out and also push for the courts and for the right processes to attend to this pending issue, because the political presidential race is at hand, and this is it's a very tricky time for us to have such issues with a political party that is ranked top in Nigeria. So thank you so much for coming into our studio. We appreciate your presence here, and we look forward to an amazing outcome from the courts. Thank you very much.
Thank you.